Here's a trick that I want you to try to break the pattern of being paralyzed.
That will be your life forever until you break it.
Look, it doesn't matter what the other people think, other than my customers, other than my partners, other than my employees.
Rise and shine, it's Entspresso time! What's up, Believe Nation? It's Evan. This channel is designed to be a part of your daily success routine and help you believe in your Michael Jordan level talent. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your coffee and sip on today's message. Stop caring what others think. Over to you, Mel Robbins.
I wake up every morning.
Espresso, keep me going.
I wake up every morning.
So we've been getting a ton of questions about being paralyzed with the fear of what other people think. And this is so commonplace. I think every human being on the planet is paralyzed in some aspect or some area of their life because they're concerned about what their parents or what their friends or what their friends on Facebook or what their colleagues or what their upline or their downline or whatever, what their neighbors are going to think. If you are struggling with this and you have not found it helpful to attack your thinking patterns, then here's a trick that I want you to try to break the pattern of being paralyzed by what other people think. I want you to pick one thing that you've been wanting to do, that you've been thinking about, but you have stopped yourself from doing because you're concerned about what other people think. Let me give you some examples. Maybe you've wanted to go on a wellness retreat, but you think your spouse will roll their eyes at you, so you haven't done it. Maybe you have a particular Facebook post or a blog. So many of you want to start a business or start creating art, but you're terrified of putting yourself out there because of what other people will think. Today, we're going to break that pattern. What you're going to do is you're going to pick one thing you've been stopping yourself from doing, and you're going to do it. You're going to do it. And the reason why I want you to do this is because I know that if you're still paralyzed, you have not been able to change your thinking patterns yet. That's cool. No problem. We're going to try a different tactic. I want you to change this paralysis through action. Because if you sign up for that class, if you go on that retreat, if you create your art, if you post that blog post, if you start that business, you will be proving to yourself through the actions that you're taking that you don't care what other people think. Try that today. Let me know, number one, what you've stopped yourself from doing, and number two, what you're committing to doing today. Because one way to break this is to attack the thoughts and change the thoughts and get into action first. The other way to do it is to recognize that you're paralyzed, pick one thing that you're going to do, and actually get it done.
People aren't afraid of failing, they're afraid of failing in front of somebody else. The solution is you need to inoculate yourself against judgment. People are so afraid to rock the boat, but in your inability to rock the boat, you end up not living the life that you want. You need to stop that. So Mel's idea is great. Take the thing that you want to do, that you're afraid of failing at, you're afraid of being judged for, and just go out and do something. Take action. For me, it's not even so much the things that I want to do. Anytime that I feel myself playing small because of somebody else's potential opinion, then I have to go off and do that thing. It's building the muscle. Every time that you are afraid of somebody else's opinion of you, and then you don't do that thing, you are training yourself to play small. You are training yourself to say, they're worried about what I'm going to do, and so I am not going to do that. And it repeats that pattern consistently. That will be your life forever until you break it. Where anytime you find yourself worried about somebody else's opinion, that's the reason why you're not going to do something, then for me, I have to go off and do that thing. Even if I didn't want to do that thing, because building the muscle of inoculating myself against judgment is more important than doing the thing that I love doing or not. So the example I share is around getting my nails done. I took my dance team after they won a local competition out to a nail salon, and we were celebrating with getting our nails done. And the women joked if I was gonna get my nails done or not. And my initial reaction was, no, I'm not getting my nails done. But there was a piece of me that I didn't want to do it because I was worried about how people would judge me. I was worried that I had to go and do big meetings, I had to do a presentation, I had to do YouTube videos, I had to go on Instagram Live, I had a bunch of stuff to do that would be very public, and I didn't want people to see me with my painted nails on. And because that was a piece of the reason, it wasn't the entire reason, but because that was a piece of the reason, then I had to go and get my nails painted just to inoculate myself against that judgment. The only acceptable answer is that this is not an expression of myself. If you are faced with a task, or if somebody is judging you for something, and the result for you is this is not an expression of myself, and you fully believe that that is 100% of the reason, then you're good. But if part of the reason why you are afraid to jump into something, whether it's pursue your business and do the thing you want to do, or something that you don't actually care that much about, like getting your nails done, then in my view, you have to go off and do that thing. Because if you are afraid of getting your nails painted, how are you going to go off and be an entrepreneur and pursue this crazy mission? You want to be playing up here. You want to accomplish these big things, and that's going to come with a lot of judgment, a lot of haters, a lot of negativity. How are you going to do that when you are afraid to get your nails painted? And so I think too many entrepreneurs are trying to go to the gym and lift 1,000 pounds, where the key to get started is just start building a little bit of strength. Go in and lift 2 pounds and 5 pounds and 10 pounds and 15 pounds and 25 pounds. And every time you're in there lifting weights and getting stronger, you're able to do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And so the key message is to inoculate yourself against judgment. Anytime you catch yourself playing small because you're worried about somebody else's opinion, then you have to go and do that thing. Now I've got a really special bonus clip that I think you're gonna enjoy. But before that, question of the day, I wanna know what is one thing that you are gonna work on today? What is one action you're gonna take today to help you inoculate yourself against other people's judgment? Leave it down in the comments below.
Most people really are concerned about what people think about them. It holds them back. You never, ever, ever, ever have. It's not a part of who you are. Is that your DNA, or where did that come from?
I don't know. I just never gave a fuck, you know. I mean, yeah, it's just once you get success in something, I mean, even when look, I failed many times, and you learn from those failures that it doesn't hurt as bad as you thought. Yeah. You know, that you can bounce back. And then once you taste some success, you realize it doesn't matter how many times you failed, right? You only have to be right one time, then everybody's always an overnight success, or, you know, this came easy to them. You know, you just got to keep on grinding and keep on trying new things. And, you know, once you start feeling the success, you realize, look, it doesn't matter what the other people think, other than my customers, other than my, you know, my partners, other than my employees. I care what they think, but you know, from the outside looking in, I was always just so focused that I just never, I mean, I got distracted from time. I don't want to say never distracted, but, you know, I just didn't want anybody else. I didn't want to think that how people saw me was a reflection of the job I was doing. You know, if my customers were happy, if my stakeholders were happy, I was happy.
The first woman driver to lead a lap under green in NASCAR's Sprint Cup Series.
How do you handle it when someone talks bad about you for the whole world to hear?
I say whatever, I'm confident, I know what no. You don't ever like when somebody says something negative about you, but I believe in myself. You have to just remember all the things that it took to get there and that they weren't easy. And then it allows me to say things like, I really don't care what people say about me.
On a bigger macro, patience and failure, they all ladder up to one thing, which is insecurity. The reason people don't put themselves in a position to fail, the reason people aren't patient, is they value other people's opinions too much, which then dictates their behavior, which then gets into all of this. Realizes if you, like, don't hold on to it with the thought of in case it fails, because you just need to realize it's your scarlet letter. Literally the reason people are scared, always, is the outside force. Having a failing business and then everyone's like, oh, see, you could never do, or whatever the cliche is, right? Yeah. It just doesn't matter. You know why? So that's one piece. Yeah. But they told me I couldn't do this. It'll never happen. And even if it didn't succeed, what? They're such better people? Like what? I'm such a better person than other people because I can build a business? That's bullshit. Yeah.
Raise your standard.
Apple at the core, its core value is that we believe that people with passion can change the world for the better.
Not one drop of my self-worth depends on your acceptance of me.
If you want to learn more from Mel, I highly recommend checking out the top 50 rules to success video that I made. The link is right next to me. Continue to believe. I hope you enjoyed today's shot of Entspresso, and I'll see you on the next video.
I'm about to change your life because this piece of research changed mine.